So, but there was a lot that I wish I did have with him that I didn't have. And
Did your dad accept your
well, in the
sexual
beginning, I wasn't
transit?
sure because we never discussed it. I never was face to face with him when it came to,
Did he know that you were gay when you were young?
he had to have because of the way that he treated me. And, he's the gang member. So it wasn't he didn't really accept it, but as he got older, he was old now. Now, when I seen him for the first time after all these years, and he looked at me, he said, well, I guess, you're my older daughter now. So he kind of laughed about it. It went from one thing after another. And then he got sick and he got put into the hospital. And then my brother had said that he was going to take, since he was his oldest, he was going to take care of all of the things. And I said, well, why are you taking charge of everything now, after everything that he's done to us? He said, you still got to, admit he's our father. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be in this world. And, maybe this is his way of asking for forgiveness. So he did, but when he died and they made the funeral arrangements, it did hit me hard. It hit me harder than I, expected because I had the attitude I didn't give a fuck what he thought or what was going on. I just wanted answers. And I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. It was too late for any of that. So, but, even now, it's been a month or so now, and it's still hitting me kind of hard because, I wish I had a relationship with them that I should have, and I didn't.
It's hard for Hispanic men to accept a son.
It is, but towards the end, my brother's gay, he's gay, he's a gay guy, he lives a gay life, he has a husband. He accepted him, but he didn't. He was constantly, talking shit about my brother, but he had never said anything negative about me being transgender.
So your two male children,
yeah,
both gay?
Both from him. The only children that from my mom with him, yeah, we're both gay.
Why do you think you guys both?
I don't know. It has to be something in the genes because we're not the only ones on my dad's side. I have a cousin. She's also, she's gay. She just got her, she's transgender from woman to man. And she looks like my brother, to be honest with you, a lot. She looks like my brother, and she's just my cousin. But it runs in the family on both sides, I guess, because I have gay cousins also on both sides. So, it's kind of hard. But that's a lesson, when you know that your parents are alive, you should get as close to them as possible. And whatever, you have that is in the middle, that is creating any kind of animosity, push it aside. Because when it's done and over with, you're not going to be able to have that bond again. You're not. You're not going to be able to say the things that you want to say, any of that. You're not.
What do you wish you had done differently with your dad?
I wish that I would have stood in contact with him, and I wish that I would have just, accepted things for the way they were. And, like I said a long time ago on my first interview with you, something had happened to me where I got burned on the head, and that's another thing that I had broached with him. And, he lied about it again. He didn't want to admit what was done. He probably, never would have. I still don't know what happened, but that's something that was, the past, and I should have just had what I had with him at that moment. Because I only had like maybe a couple of months with him when he was alive.
What could you have done differently? Just forgive and forget?
Forgive and forget. That's all you can do, because like I said, I didn't think it was going to hit me the way, once he passed. I thought it was just going to be he passed, but it didn't happen. It didn't. It hit me hard because I wish I would have kept that, relationship with him where we just moved on from the past. So anybody out there listening, that's my advice to you guys. If you have any, your mom or your dad, and you have any kind of bridges between you guys, close them up. Keep that relationship that you have as of now. You'll regret it. You really will.
Good advice.
Yeah.
How long have you been on Skid Row, Angel?
I've been down here off and on since the 90s, off and on. I've been down here this time since 2016. I came back, and I did things differently this time. I'm not using drugs like I was, I'm doing my housing and stuff. So, but in between that time, before I came back, I did prison time. I had to go to prison, and it's not the first time. I've been back and forth to prison and back and come back down here, and I use, and I do what I do. But this time I did it differently, I'm not using drugs at all, period, right now, at all.
Good for you.
Drinking, I don't drink no more, so I'm just trying to move forward.
What gets you prison time?
Oh my God, I've done almost all my from teenage to middle adult life in prison.
For what?
assault with a deadly weapon. 3 of them were assault with a deadly weapon. Another one was bank fraud. I went to federal prison for that. So yeah, I've done time from the age of 16 going on 17 all the way till I was 28, I believe.
Had a colorful life.
Very, very much so. And it's not, even though they say crime doesn't pay, it pays, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Come over here, Chloe. It's not worth it at all. It's not. That there's not as many opportunities there is for a lot of people. Some people just don't take it, which I graduate this coming month, from Ultimate Medical Academy, a medical administrative assistant. So I have been doing something positive.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. There's so many transgenders down here on Skid Row.
Yes.
What's that all about?
There's a lot of transgenders down here because this is really the, I can say the place that kind of, not 100% accepts us down here. But a lot of them...
Because in mainstream society, you guys
we're more accepted down here than anywhere else that I'm aware of. And as far as the police department, they harass us here just like anywhere else, maybe more so down here. That's if you're, in their eye of sight. But there's a lot of opportunities that a lot of them don't take. A lot of opportunities to move forward and get your life ahead. But it's not easy. It's not easy because you can't just jump from point A to point B. There's always a middle road that you have to take to get there. And unfortunately, there's not that easy of an opportunity for us as there is for heterosexual women or, men. For us, we're in the middle, and there's a lot of danger down here, a lot of danger that people don't realize, but there is. And, fortunately, I've made it this far. I know a few that have passed away down here. But if you're trying to get your life together, this is one way to start down here. You just got to stay focused.
There's a lot of help with housing. And
there is, but there again, if you get housing, it's down here, they try to put you down here first because these old hotels that, they rent SROs, they don't accept transgenders as easy as they say they do, or they don't want to admit that they do discriminate down here. They do, mind you. I'm just a little bit smarter than they are, where they think they could just do what they want with us, and I won't stand for it. I speak up. Actually, I just turned 56 on the 15th.
Wow.
Yeah, I turned 56 on the 15th of this month.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Is it difficult to age as a transgender?
Yeah. I really don't think about my age until that date comes, but I try not to think about it because I don't want to age. But, yeah.
You still look great.
Thank you. I feel it. I feel that if I chose a different path, I probably wouldn't even be here because I have OD down here a few times. A lot of things have happened where I probably shouldn't have even made it this far, but I did. I'm thankful for that.
You have a great personality. You're a good-looking man or woman or transgender, whatever.
Thank you. My dogs keep me going. My dogs do keep me going. I have more than one. I have 6 right now.
You have 6 dogs.
I have 6 dogs right now, and they keep me going because if it wasn't for them, I'd probably be depressed and, just don't want to do anything.
This is a pit bull, right?
Yeah, she's my oldest. She's the first one that I got down here. Her name is Chloe. I got her back in 2017.
What are your other dogs?
I got Chloe. I got Chase.
What
4.
breed?
4 pit bulls, and I have 2 chihuahuas.
You got your hands full.
Yes, I do. I do. But, like I said, they keep me going. These are my kids.
Yeah.
They keep me going. Yeah.
You ever been in love?
In love? Oh, my God, a whole bunch of times. But I feel that, it's not for me. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress. There's always, somebody that cheats in the relationship. And it puts a lot of weight and a lot of stress on a person's shoulders. And if you are the type that I am, that, I get violent really easy when I'm hurt, if somebody hurts me, and it's not worth it. That's where the prison terms came in. So, yeah. I'm just glad that, my life has moved this way. It's not moving as fast as I would like it, but I am moving forward. Yeah.
It's great that you're able to get away from the drugs.
Yeah, I never thought I would. Never thought I would give them up because it was a replacement for all the pain that I was feeling.
Your drug was crack or crystal meth?
I used both. I used crack, I used crystal, I've used heroin. I've used it all down here. Chloe, come over here. I used it all down here, and I got rid of one by one, and I feel that, there's nothing there in it for me. There's nothing in it for me at all, period. Yeah. The best thing to do is just, if you're going to need some kind of substitute to keep you with a change of mind, weed, that's the best thing for you, weed. Anything else is just going to alter your mind, your actions, your intellect. Is going to alter all of that. And when it comes down to it, you wake up, you're in the same position you were before.
Clearly, you have the self-worth inside you that led you to want to get clean, led you to maybe pursue a career.
Again, my dogs, they did it for me because, like I said, they have replaced the family that I didn't have all those years. And it made me focus. Come over here, Chloe. If it's not for me, what would I do? What would they do?
But I think loving your dogs is an indication that you can love yourself.
Exactly.
And loving yourself is how you decide to get clean. It's how you decide on a career.
I had to. If I don't love myself and I just keep on going downhill, what's going to happen? They're going to find me up dead somewhere.
Absolutely.
And if that happens, what's going to happen to my dogs? The breed that they are, they're not accepted 100%. They already got their marks on them where they just want to put them to sleep. And I choose not to happen. Nobody's going to be able to take care of them, like me. And nobody's going to put up with all the stuff they put me through like me. They're not. So, yeah.
Do you have any regrets in your life?
No. No, I'm not going to say I have any regrets. Other than my father, not keeping the relationship that I should have had, but no. Because in order to get where I am today, I had to go through all the trials and tribulations. I had to.
What was the most difficult part of your life?
The prison terms. It's something that I had to adjust to. I'm not the type of person that likes anybody to tell me what to do, when to do it. And I had to do that. And authority figures, we don't get along. Me and authority figures, I just don't have the patience or a quiet mouth where I just have to keep quiet and listen to what they say, because 9 out of 10, they're not always right. They're not always right. They like to take that position that they have and harass people. And I see that now, especially that I'm not on parole or probation or anything. I'm not tolerant. I'm not tolerant at all when it comes to them, because they say a lot of things just to abuse their power. So yeah, that's where I am.
Do you have friends?
A lot. I know a lot of people down here. A lot of people that come and see you. I know a lot of people. A lot.
You know a lot of people down here.
I know a lot of people. I've been down here, like I said, since the 90s. Everybody knows me. And me being transgender, I think I'm one of very few that have been accepted downtown LA from gang members.
You're like a different echelon of transgender.
I am. I really am.
You're more respected than...
I am. 100% more.
Even the gang members like you.
Even from gang members, I get along with everybody. I'm never called out my name. They don't step that boundary with me, because I guess they just know me for a different person. They don't see the transgender in me. They just see me for who I am, which is a good thing, because that would be a whole new episode.
I think the world is changing too.
It is.
We're starting to accept people that are in transition or transitioning.
It is, but a lot of transgenders, they're so locked up in a box because of their sexuality, and they're afraid to step out and be who they are. They don't know how they'll be accepted by the public, so to speak. I have never been that way. I've always just been me. I never thought about what they think or what's going on, because I've never really cared. I've just been me since I've been growing up. Even in prison, I didn't care. I'm just me, and there too, I had my respect. Yeah.
Who do you think the future of Skid Row is? It seems like things are shrinking here.
It is shrinking, but with Karen Bass as mayor, I see that she's cutting a lot of red tape to house people, and that she is trying to make an effort. I think things are going to change in a better direction down here. I think so, but it's the way that it's going with all these tents and stuff, a lot of people just ain't taking what's out there. There's housing right now. There is housing. You just got to take it. A lot of people don't want to do that because of the simple fact they don't want to go through the inspections of them telling you when you have to open your door to do the inspections, all of that. See, I don't have that problem, considering because of the dogs that I have, they're scared to go in my unit because of the dogs. And I'm not going to take them all out at their convenience, at one time, just so they could do their little inspections and try to act like they're doing their job. They're not. They're not.
I bet you in 2 years, Skid Row will look very, very different.
Yeah, it's changed since I've been back here since 2016, but I think it's going to change a lot further. And I don't think in a good way, so to speak. I don't think so.
Well, you're going to have these people that are normally contained in this Skid Row street thing.
They're going to move them out.
Now they're going to be somebody's neighbor.
Yeah, that's true. And I hope to God that, they put them in housing and, it's fair. Not just to do it to put them up in some kind of cage where you have to report and do this like you're in jail. No, it should be regular housing, like anywhere else.
But it's going to be chaos in somebody's apartment building.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You can't just move these people into an apartment and say we're done.
You can't do that because they're not used to that. And number one, they're not going to want to give up their drugs and stuff.
They're not giving up the drugs.
No,
for sure.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until they want it to happen. When they're ready to give it up, they'll give it up. I don't care how many programs you put them through, they're not going to do it.
Maybe put all 20,000 people in a rehab, but to put them in somebody's apartment somewhere.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah. So, till next time, public, just remember what I said. If you have your loved ones still, your mother and your father, get as close as you can because you're going to regret it in the end if you don't.
All right, Angel. And Chloe, thank you so much for coming in again.
You hear, Chloe? Thank you. He said thank you. Look, he said thank you.
Cute. All right, Angel. Thank you very much.
All right.